Do you want to know who I am? Let me fucking clue you in, bitch. I am the fucking world first level 60, the guy that had 350 fucking thousand viewers in this game.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode on Single Handedly. I'm your host, Thomas.
And I'm Nick.
And today we've got a very special guest. I wrote a little bit of an intro. So, we're joined today by Twitch streamer and YouTube content creator with over 265,000 followers on Twitch and nearing 200,000 watch hours. The world's first ever level 60 on World of Warcraft. Jokerdtv, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure to be here. That was a nice intro. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. So, where do we get started from here?
So first of all, I really have no idea anything about World of Warcraft. Last time I played the game was like when I was 18, which is almost 10 years ago. So excuse my lack of knowledge on World of Warcraft.
It's okay. The game is ancient at this point, so.
And I actually read about this World of Warcraft Classic. Not many people are actually still into it, but there's still like the ones that are left there are quite like fanatics.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of divisions in the game at this point. You have the Dragonflight Retail, the latest version that came out, I believe, a few months ago, right? And then you have the classic franchise, which is now in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. And then there's more. There's also the OG classic era servers still running from 4 years ago that have also a fanatic player base that only wants to play that version of the game. So you have three different, not necessarily people playing, but like versions of the game that you can play.
How many
Right.
people, around how many people still play it?
We don't know this. There's no, the company doesn't give subscriber numbers, right? If I had to give a guess, maybe there's over 500 to 1 million subscribers, monthly active users, something like that. But it's just a guess. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's probably a bit more than that, maybe.
So the platform you play on is usually World of Warcraft Classic, right?
Yeah, mainly World of Warcraft Classic, the Wrath of the Lich King expansion. I've also played the Dragonflight Retail, but I'm mainly focused in playing Classic. So yeah.
So for those people that don't know, Daniel is Maltese.
Yeah.
And around 3 years ago, you blew up. Was it 3 years?
It was August 2019, so like almost 3.5 years ago, I guess you can say.
3.5 years. I remember, so I know Daniel from school, and I remember Daniel coming to class and telling me exactly how he's going to go huge on Twitch.
Yeah, I remember this. This is funny bringing it up. We were at Hibbs. You remember that place where we would just eat
It's
like
his favorite place for chips.
€2, and you're full of food,
Yeah.
And I was telling him like this was like April or something, like, hey, I have this plan, like it might work if this game's coming, it's going to be huge. It was a huge success, the game, like there was over 1 million viewers just on the category of World of Warcraft on Twitch.
So can you explain to the people that don't know what was about to be released and what your plan was?
Okay,
And
I
how
can
it
give
worked.
some background on this.
So just for people who don't know World of Warcraft and all of that.
Great. So
and how you
basically,
made it work.
here's what happened, right? We have the game World of Warcraft, right, which is always progressing into the future with new expansions, new content. And the problem with that is some of the old things that you could do don't work anymore. Maybe your class functions differently. It just gets updated. It's like, imagine if you wanted to play a PlayStation 1 game, right? You can just play a PlayStation 1 game if you have a PlayStation 1. But imagine if whenever the new game comes out, the version 2 of this game, this PlayStation 2, then the game is taken away from you, and now you have the PlayStation 2 version. You can't go back, right? So what people would do is they would play on these things called private servers, which were illegal. They would get striked by the game company because like they're either non-profit or they run their own shop, and it's like copyright. But there was a huge demand because people like playing the original version of the game. It's like old school RuneScape. Maybe some people here playing RuneScape, right?
Yes, a long time ago.
Just like old school RuneScape. So there was a huge demand for this, and they finally announced around 2019 that in August 2019 there was going to be a launch of World of Warcraft Classic, right? From level 1 to 60, you would level, and it was huge hype. Everyone wanted to play it, and that's what actually happened. Was the original version of the game released with some changes. Oh yeah, well it's
And So I was saying this before, so for some more context. I remember Daniel coming and telling me exactly how he's going to reach level 60 and exactly how he's going to blow up on Twitch. And I was obviously I have no idea what World of Warcraft was exactly. I'm like, yeah, okay, cool,
because some context is like going to level 60 takes a long time. It takes
Took you, what, 3 days or more?
for me it was 79 hours of actual playtime,
Wow.
more than 3 days.
And you did those consecutively, or were they broken down into sessions?
So I did a 42-hour session, which at the time was
consistent.
which was the longest I've stayed awake at that point. Slept about 6 hours, then another 21, and then slept 4 hours, another 20, something like that. There was a bit of downtime, but it was in game was 79 hours.
And then from that stream, you blew up. You had how many people started subscribing to you on Twitch that week?
I think that stream alone, it was 3,000 subscribers or something.
3,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And the subscribers on Twitch don't work the same as subscribers on
it's
YouTube. No?
it's like you subscribe, like for example for Netflix, right? It's like monthly payment, and based on the revenue share, it's normally 50-50. You keep 50% as a Twitch streamer.
And the way you blew up was that you wanted to be the first to reach level 60, which you did, but then to kind of go a bit viral, you deleted your character, which is a big thing.
Yes.
Right?
So So when I played on the private servers, which I'm not supposed to say, but it's okay. I used to play on private servers, right? I on the last 2 servers I played, I also hit 61st, and on the second one, I decided to delete my character just for fun because I didn't want to play.
And this was what you were streaming, the second one?
I was streaming, yes.
Okay.
And I had maybe like 400 viewers, which was a record for me at the time. And yeah, I just deleted the character, and people found that very fun. Like, oh my god, like this guy's crazy. Just deletes the character.
And how many people did you have watching you before you deleted the character and reached level 60?
While what happened is like
for like 3 days.
the view count increases over time, because like the closer you are to the max level, the more people tune in. So maybe I had like 20 at the beginning, then it just snowballs, right? And it was the same when I hit 60 on the original game. When I went live, I had maybe 8,000 viewers, and then when I dinged, I had 350,000.
But even 8,000 is a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
How did you
But
manage?
no, 8,000 on the last stream. But at
Okay.
the very beginning, I had maybe 100.
Ah,
From
okay.
level 1, I had 100.
And how do the levels progress? So level 1, and so you die and you have to start over.
No. That's hardcore. No.
Okay.
The way it works in WoW is if you die, you have to run back to your corpse and then you get resurrected, right?
Okay.
But maybe something that would give you some information is the time it takes from level 1 to 2 is maybe like 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then the time from level 59 to 60 is between 2 to 4 hours. So it gets slower the higher you are, right?
Okay.
So but the time it takes between 40 and 60 is more than the time it takes from 1 to 40, if that makes sense.
And I remember, so like I saw a complete change in front of me. I remember, so like he was coming to school normally. Well, normally for me, and you was like not going to school really. But
Yeah.
when we went, it was like when he was talking about what he's gonna do, he disappeared obviously for that period of time. And then all of a sudden, like a few weeks later, he started sending pictures. Was it a few weeks later?
But this was during summer, though. We were not
during summer.
Yeah, we were not like it was in August.
Ah, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
And you had explained it to me.
I explained it to you at school. Yeah, it was April, I think, when I
Exactly,
explained it.
Yes.
And remember, we stopped around June, or maybe even before June. Like it was during summer, but like the school year was gonna start soon.
All right. Yeah.
So we're still in touch.
And we start seeing the Daniel that we know from MCAST and from doing assignments and exams. And we started seeing the shit he was doing basically. And we were like, what the fuck is he up to? And then was it that same summer that you went to Los Angeles? Was it
Yeah, of
the
course.
same summer? So all of this happened at the same time.
So what happened is, I went from no one knowing who I am to on top of the Twitch section on Reddit. There's this subreddit called Livestream Fails where they post funny clips and viral clips, right? And suddenly, like, people want to have me on a podcast, like a show. There was a show called The Austin Show where you just go and you talk to a bunch of girls and you win like a competition and stuff like that. So I was on these shows. And TwitchCon, which was happening exactly a month after I rose to this fame, right? And I went and I got my passport. I bought my plane ticket to go to San Diego. So all of this happened, like you said, in a month. Pretty much, it was crazy.
And
Like,
how did that affect you? Were you prepared for it, or was it something?
I was not prepared for
I think no one is ever prepared for it. But
for like the fame outside of like the World of Warcraft category, you know, like the
And you were a type of person like you were always a person to enjoy staying at home gaming.
yeah.
You didn't really I mean you did go out, but it was
Yeah, it was
once
more
in a
of like my typical, you know, weekend would just be like playing the game, you know, just like people on TeamSpeak or Discord and just playing it. I had fun doing that. I still have fun doing that, right? But I didn't find it weird to like go out though. Like when I went to America and you know,
but I think the attention you found weird or
yes.
abnormal.
So the weird thing is I'm a guy, right? And guys, we don't really get a lot of attention normally, you know. And I went from no messages on Discord, maybe one or two from friends I know, to countless amounts of DMs from people I don't know, right? And it was very weird, and I didn't know how to deal with that, right? Because you can't possibly reply to all those people.
But what messages were they? Were they like
I mean, I probably only read 10%, but I don't even remember what they were. Like maybe like, hey, how are you? Or like, oh, that's crazy what you did. Or like, hey, you want to talk? I mean, I don't know. I don't remember now. I just remember opening my Discord and there's like a countless amount of open DMs. You know how it is on Discord with the red dot. And eventually I had to make it where you can only message me if you're a friend or if you're in the same Discord as me. Like,
and
same.
of course within the same month you went from you didn't have a job if I remember correctly.
No, I did not work a job that
So
summer.
you went from not having a job to actually earning money from Twitch.
Exactly, right?
instantly.
I was not making any money from Twitch before.
Ah, you weren't.
No,
Nothing.
maybe I
Okay.
had 2 subscribers. And the way it works on Twitch is you don't get paid unless you make a $100 accumulation. So I never got paid before. And on YouTube, it was the same. I never made money. So it was just a hobby, right? I knew there was a chance, but I mean, it's a 1 in a million, you know. Because even if you're the best, like maybe your server crashes and you disconnect. And you know how the internet is in Malta, right? I lost my internet 6 times during the race. Yeah. But it wasn't that long, so it was fine. But if it was worse, I would have maybe got stuck on the queue because there's a grace period. So because there were so many people playing the game, there would be like a 7-hour queue. If you lose 7 hours, it's over, right? But if you disconnect, there's about a 5 to 10 minute grace period. And because the disconnects weren't that long, I was able to log back in time to keep playing. I mean, that's just luck, right? It could have been
and how far behind was the second person to reach it then?
about 8 hours, 9 hours maybe. It wasn't even close. And he played even more. So basically, he slept less. So you know how it took me 3 days and 10 hours in-game time to hit 60, right? The next guy was like 4 days something. So he slept less. It was even...
So how if he slept less, how was he still 8 hours behind?
Because he was playing a different class that was slower. That's a short explanation. Like I could say, oh, I was better, right? But like it's just... I played a mage, and mage starts slow, but then ramps up very fast towards the end because they do this thing called AoE farming, where they pull 20 mobs at the same time and just farm experience that way, right? Whereas hunters, they start very fast, but then kind of slow down, and they just do questing. But like the problem was he was like this, and I was like this, you know. So eventually, like he just fell behind.
Makes sense.
That's the best way of explaining it, I think.
And so you went from not having a job, not earning money from Twitch because it had that whatever that minimum
Yeah.
that you had to hit, which you didn't hit before. But then of course you hit that minimum.
Yeah.
And what was the experience like the first time you got paid from Twitch?
I remember this. So you get paid on the 15th of the next month. So I got paid on the 15th of September. Even though I hit 60 on August, it was like delayed by an extra month or something. So it was like a month and a half after, right? And I was in Los Angeles at the time, staying at a streaming house. And I was like, wow, look at all this. Like, it was the most money I've ever had at one time. Because I had a job like 4 years before, but I was getting paid almost minimum wage in Malta. So, and that's not a lot. So it felt good. Yeah.
And what was your job before?
I used to be a clerk in a court. I used to be a clerk in court just for a judge.
So what would you do?
Basically, I would work on the case where I put like the format of it, and I would put the sentence and the preliminary. It's a preliminary, that's what we call it. And I would put it online after it's been drafted, after the case has been finished, after the judge gives her sentence. Complicated, but it was a lot of responsibility, and you don't get paid much for it. I did that for just 1 year, and then I went back to school because I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I maybe should like go to school to see what I want to do, right? Learn something, but ended up dropping out on the last year for streaming because I felt like this was a more important thing to do,
And you were literally around 6 months away from graduating, I think. Around
Maybe
6
a bit
months.
more. I mean, haven't even started the thesis, right? I mean, that was I was always nervous about doing that, But I think I would have gotten to it, but yeah, maybe like 6-7 months away from graduating.
So you started streaming how much before?
It was maybe I casually streamed like a few hours, like April, and then I streamed a lot more in June and July.
Okay.
Basically, whenever those servers came up, the private servers, right?
Okay.
So the private server came out in April, played a bit. Private server came out in June, played a bit, and that's it. Right? Streamed and played at the same time.
And I'm guessing there was lots of controversy after you hit the 60 with your team. You formed part of a method, I think it was.
No,
So how was that story?
So basically, what happened is there was this other team that had made a event in I believe Las Vegas, right? And they invited some professional, like not professional levelers, like some speed levelers from private servers to represent Method in this event and try to be the first to 60. And they were streaming it. They had a really good setup. And the meme was, while I was leveling, I was some random guy in Malta with no camera with a 720p resolution stream, not even 1080, that was leveling faster than this organization, right? That was the meme. And then when I dinged level 60 and I tried to delete my character and I couldn't do it because people kept sending me mail, and you cannot delete your character if you have mail, I ended up just keeping it and hosting them on Twitch, hosting Method, right? And then they approached me to join their team. I met them in person in America, and then I joined for not a long time, because I did something else. Maybe you want to mention it.
Yes. So, this is my favorite video.
This is from
I've
the
seen-
research you've done.
Yes.
He's done some
Joker.
extensive research, yeah?
Do you prefer if we call you Jokerdtv, Daniel?
I mean, Joker is fine. You can call me that. You want to call me Daniel, it's also good.
Okay.
So let me play the...
Who do I think I am? Let me tell you who I am. I am world first level 60 in fucking classic WoW. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You think I'm a random player? You think I'm a fucking random player? Let me fucking clue you in, bitch. I am the guy who had 350 fucking thousand viewers playing this fucking game. Me, not you. The most views ever on this game. The first guy to hit 60. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Can we have some context on that? Did it come out
And
of
be
nowhere?
careful, okay?
All right, so let's start, right? So basically, I was playing at the time. So I leveled another character on an American server called Fairlina, right? It was US, so the time zone's different, right? That's 6 hours behind Malta. So I was playing there, and I was like, maybe I should try to make my own raid. So in World of Warcraft in Classic, not the current version of Classic, it's 40-man raids, 40 different players in the same raid, and it takes a long time to find 40 people, right? So I started forming the raid around maybe 10 p.m. my time, and it took me about 2 hours to fill the raid. And it's midnight, and we finally go, and it was a very bad raid. I wasn't doing the best job, maybe leading it. We were using in-game voice to communicate. There were some people trolling, some people wiping the raid. There was a mess. And then we get to this boss, right? Very famous boss named Golemag. And we kill the boss, and he drops the staff of dominance, right? And I look at this item and I'm like, wow, this is a great item. I would love to have it. should I take it though? Instead of normally you would roll out the loot. So like an item drops, I'm the master looter because I made the raid. I've set it on master looter. I would tell, okay, if you want this, roll. And you just slash roll, and you get a random number between 1 and 100. Highest roll gets the item. That's the fair way to do it, right? And what I did instead, I was thinking of doing this, was like, what if I just take it? I don't roll it out. I just like stealing, right? And I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. That's like toxic, right? But when my chat is like, do it. You deserve it. Take it. You make the raid, who cares, right? But still, it's like, I don't want this is not good, like I've never done this before. And then someone on the what's it called? The in-game voice goes and like, you're too much of a pussy to take it. I would say a gamer word if you take it. You have no balls. And I got like pissed off by it. I was like, screw this guy. I left the in-game voice and I just took it and I equipped it. Heated gamer moment. And here's the thing, right? Like that wasn't bad enough. I went on a rant, which you just played, right? Where I'm whispering because my dad is sleeping. It's 4 a.m. now. And I'm trying not to wake him up. And I stayed awake. I played for another 2 hours of stream, and I was having a blast with the new item, and I go to sleep. And I wake up maybe 8 hours later. It's like afternoon now, and my phone is like exploding, like with messages. And apparently, I've been suspended from the gaming org method, which I just joined 2 days ago. Right?
For stealing.
Because someone made a Reddit thread that got 17,000 upvotes saying, word for 60 streamer Jokerdtv ninja looted staff of dominance from my raid, and it went viral. I mean, mostly like against me. Some people found it funny. The funny thing is like the people that were offended weren't even in the raid. A lot of people in the raid didn't really care much, but there were a few people that were very upset about it. I mean, it's a bad thing that I did, right? Like, yeah, I went overboard, especially with the rant, but I never expected some reaction. And here's the funny thing. The people to this day think that I planned this, that this was a stunt for publicity, because all publicity is good publicity, right? Not the case. It just happened randomly. And then after that, I got even kicked from the team over this. Yeah.
So how long did you spend with the team?
2 days.
2 days. I speed ran method. Yeah.
And with they were even giving you so you were part of method, of course.
I mean, I never got paid,
benefits.
right? But they were gonna pay me every month and give me a PC, a lot of perks, a lot of good things, which never happened, sadly. But yeah, that's how it goes, right? It was a lesson. I learned a lesson that day that what you do on the internet, people are gonna see it, and you gotta be careful, because
they're gonna remember it as well.
They're gonna remember till this day. It's become a meme now, right? Like they spam what I said in my chat, and it's just a joke, right? Like there's still people upset about it, but that's like not that many people probably, right? Like if somebody found that very insulting and stops watching your stream, he was never gonna be a loyal viewer or part of the community, right? So, how they say fuck him, right? Like it's not a big deal.
Would you say that the attention and fame got to your head in that moment, and you just let that?
I definitely had a big ego, like for sure. Like I think all streamers have egos to some extent. Some more than others, but I definitely had a really big ego in the beginning, right? But now I've tried to be a bit more family friendly,
humbled man,
humble, graceful. But I still lose my temper every now and then. What can I do? When you're playing games, man, people try to trigger you, right? And sometimes they get it. You get triggered.
Have you ever been raided?
Raided?
Yeah.
By some?
Sorry, not raided. Is it raided?
Swatted.
Swatted.
Oh, swatted.
Yeah,
Thank God. No, I've never been swatted. No.
Okay, touch wood.
Yeah, but I have had someone find my sister's Instagram, and I stopped following her on Instagram. So there's been some weird things like that, but never that bad. Honestly, I've never been swatted, so that's good.
And is it your sister or your girlfriend?
Okay, look, I have a girlfriend and I have a sister.
Okay, all right.
So-
Two different people.
Yeah, like we saw on your stream, a lot of people call your girlfriend your sister, and you have
I-
to constantly remind them.
Yeah,
that
and
they're
I
not
sometimes accidentally say like my sister, but I mean my girlfriend.
so I think it's your fault, actually. It's not the stream's fault, it's your fault.
It could be, yeah.
How long is an average stream usually?
So it kind of depends, right? For me, maybe like 9 hours, right? Like for example, today was a short one. I only streamed like 7 hours, but yesterday was 12.
Okay.
I mean, I mainly stream raiding, right? So like raids take anywhere between 2 to 6 hours. So like if I start a raid at my 7th hour of the stream, that's going to be a long stream, you know, because it's
Okay.
probably not going to be 2 hours, right?
I did some research, and you actually met your girlfriend through your Twitch stream, kind of. What's the story there? So, okay,
Sure.
let's start from the beginning.
All right. So
How did you meet
how
your
did I meet my girlfriend? Right. So, I went on the show that I told you earlier that we were. It was like a Austin show where you talk to girls, right? And when I was
This
in,
was in LA.
so yeah, I was in LA,
Uh-huh.
but you can do the show. The shows online, right? And it was Candyland, which was this other female streamer that she was picking between 10 guys, and I was one of the 10 guys, right?
When
And
you say picking, what do you mean?
So every like 30 minutes, she just kicks someone. Like,
So everyone's lined up. Is it interview
Oh yeah,
based?
so
Is it
so
like
it's like it's like
Hot or
a,
not?
no, it's like a a Zoom call, right? When it's like a lot of different cameras. So there's her and 10 guys, right, and the host.
So like an e-date.
Not really, but I mean it's like we're having a podcast, but like everyone's in the room,
Okay.
right? And it's like 10 guys, her, and then the host. And every 30 minutes, she just eliminates one of the guys that she's maybe not interested in,
And do
right?
they talk in the meantime?
Yeah, everyone can talk at the same
Okay.
time. Yeah. So it's kind of chaotic in the beginning, you know. So I remember I was invited to this and I really didn't want to go because I found it kind of cringe, and I at that point I knew that like me and Candle and we had nothing going on, right? But I went anyway just for show. Ended up being eliminated like towards the end of the show, and my girlfriend found the VOD of this on YouTube, the whole show, and she was like, "Wait, this guy sounds Maltese. Is he Maltese, right?" She like recognized the accent. She just found it on
That's
YouTube.
crazy.
Yeah, just
Wait,
got.
and did she used to watch these type of streams and videos, whatever?
She
before?
never watched the stream. She just watched the VODs on YouTube. Right, that's the big. That's the reach of YouTube for you,
It's a
right there.
huge coincidence.
Yeah,
And then what
and
happened?
she like found my stream. I wasn't live. She followed, and then like a few weeks later, she catches my stream and she asked me something in chat, and she said, "Pastizzi, piselli, or ircotta?" Yeah, she's asking me.
And she just asked you that.
Yeah,
chat.
and I answered, right? And then like a few weeks after, she asked me, are you in Malta right now? But I didn't answer. I didn't see, like, you don't see every message in your chat. Sometimes it moves really fast, especially if someone's spamming, I didn't see that. And then the third message she wrote was FR, for real. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, who the hell writes for real? You're like a girl or something. I was like super toxic. I didn't know it was a girl, like. And she got so mad that she stopped watching my stream for like a month.
But you didn't know who the fuck this was.
I didn't know. Of course not. And then I install. All right.
All right, let's go.
You guys want some content for your
wait.
show? I got. All right, I got some content. So let's pause that story for a second, right? Let's talk about how I got banned on Tinder. So
Wait, you got banned on Tinder too.
I am still banned on Tinder. So being the at the time a virgin, right? I was looking for love in the Maltese Tinder, right? And I remember the problem with Malta, guys, is it's a country, and there's a limited amount of people living on this island. So what happened to me is I had bought a boost on Tinder, which increases your chance of being seen, right? And I was just like swiping, and I ran out of women. There was no
Cut
more.
that, clip that up, put it on TikTok. I was out of women.
There was no more women to swipe on. I was like, what am I gonna do, dude? I still got the boost. The boost was like 30-minute duration. I paid money for this, and I came up with an amazing idea. And I was like, what if I changed my gender to a woman so then I could see lesbians? Because lesbians would be looking for women, right? So I changed it, and it worked.
Wait, what?
It worked.
It worked.
Suddenly, more women out of nowhere. Yeah. And I swiped, ran out of them, put it back to male, went to sleep. I wake up in the morning, permabanned. Probably changing your gender twice in 5 minutes is not good. And you can't appeal it. I tried. It was zero chance. You don't get an appeal on Tinder. I'm still banned, right? This is over 2 years ago. And what do you do when you're banned on Tinder? You install Bumble. and I got Bumble, and I got a like from a girl, and she said she plays World of Warcraft, right? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I swiped, and we matched, and I asked her a question, what do you like about... I forgot what I asked at the very beginning. I was like, what do you like about World of Warcraft? And she gave me this amazing answer about the game. I was like, oh, she knows the game. She plays the game so much.
Was it like in detail about...
It was very detailed about the new expansion that came out. Not this one, the previous one. It was called Shadowlands.
You think she was doing that to impress you, or was it...
I'll get into it. Don't worry. So it turns out that she didn't play World of Warcraft. Her brother plays World of Warcraft, and she told her brother to write that answer, right? So she lured me in, and she explained that she watched the stream, but at the beginning didn't say so. She actually knew who I was. She's been watching my stream for like 4 months, but she didn't want to make it kind of creepy, you know? So she was like, yeah, oh, really? You stream?
Girls are actually smart.
They're super
if it
smart.
Was a guy,
Lots of finesse.
The guy would be like, oh, yeah, I know where you are. Oh my
No,
God.
she played it as if she didn't know who I was, right? So she was the same person from like way back in like September. This is November now, right? Yeah, we started talking, and I remember like I wanted to meet her, but she was like, I'm not gonna meet you until you finish the raid, because I was in a team at the time. We were racing for like who kills the boss first, right? So we finished the race, and then we met, and at the time I was worried she was a guy. Because I've been catfished so many times by viewers.
Really?
You have no...
Wait,
I gotta get into this, yeah?
How were you catfished by...
Wait, let's finish one story. Let's finish this one.
Okay.
And then we'll get into the...
Yeah, so then we met, and she was not a guy. I was amazed, and we're still together for like 2 years now, so...
So thank God she wasn't a guy.
So
Yeah.
she baited you?
She baited me like with actually playing... She didn't play WoW, right? But her brother did.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then it turned out...
It worked out. It worked out. But as I was gonna say about the Tinder thing, right? So I've been catfished a lot. So if viewers troll you as a streamer, right? You get viewers and they want to make a prank, right? Trolling, whatever. So I was still using Tinder. This is way before I got banned. This is like maybe April.
This is when you were still a woman and swiping on other women.
No, I was a guy swiping on women. This is way before. This is like maybe 6 months before that, right? And I remember I matched with a girl. She was like super hot photos, like, oh my God. And she's like messaging me like, hey, what's up? You know, I'm like, hey, do you have like, like an Instagram account? No, I don't have Instagram. Do you have Facebook? No, I don't have Facebook. No Snapchat, no WhatsApp, nothing. No photos, I'm like, this looks kind of suspicious. And I'm talking to her for like an hour or 2 hours, and she's like saying nice things, sexy things, you know?
Sexy things.
And then after like maybe 3 hours talking, she just sends me a KEKW. And you know what a KEKW is? It's that emote that's very popular on Twitch. It's like that laughing Spanish man, you know? So like I've been catfished at least 3 times, by the way. 3 different times, trolled by viewers.
And was this the most time that you got tricked, or was there another?
I think it was that one was the one that I've invested the most time in it. Because the other
time.
times, like 3 hours of like talking, and I kind of knew there was a huge chance it was catfish, but you're like hoping, right? The funny thing is, I had like a website that would track like photos. So I tracked, because I opened Tinder on my PC, and I put a photo of her face on this website that tracks like image retracing, right?
As like Google reverse image search.
Exactly.
Okay.
And there was no photo of her on the whole internet. This was like a deep fake AI before deep fake AI existed. This is back in like 2020. This 2020, early 2020.
I mean,
3 years ago.
Easily, this person could have got a picture from someone's private profile and just used it to catfish you.
Maybe, but it was so weird because there was no trace of that face on the internet.
And how did this person bought Tinder to change
What Tinder and
geolocation?
changed his location
Exactly.
to Malta. Yeah, that's what they did.
Fuck. And how did they know how did your chat know you're on in Malta and on Tinder.
I mean, I probably brought it up on stream. That's the thing about streaming, right? When you're streaming like 8 hours a day, 9 hours, you're gonna talk, you're gonna say stuff, you know, like, I mean, you're not like 100% transparent, but you know, like, people might know what you ate yesterday, you know, like that. It doesn't make sense, right? So yeah, I probably brought it up on stream. Probably advertised like, "Hey, I'm looking for," you know, I was a bit of a, how do you say, like, not so PG friendly back then, you know, but now I'm reformed, you know.
Okay, so
And how do you keep your energy so high during like 7 hours, 12-hour streams?
So the secret is to drink a lot of vodka, right? I'm just kidding. So, no, when I wake up, I have a soy chino. I like to call it cappuccino, like those like Nescafe espresso thingies, like
Okay.
with like the pots.
The red one, like
Yeah, like just like that. Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's pretty much it. I only have one coffee a day. I try not to go to more.
what's your routine like? What's your day like?
So I mostly wake up maybe 30 minutes to like 1 hour before I go live.
Which is what time?
10:30 I go live. So I wake up maybe 9:30 and then sometimes I snooze to 10 and then I'm like, get the coffee, maybe have like some breakfast, you know, some biscuits or like a cereal, something. Or like a microwave meal. I have these like waste not microwave meals, shout out. Not sponsored by
I
them.
tried them, but
Sponsor me.
they're really small portions. You have to eat like 3 of them.
I mean, if for breakfast, I feel like, you know, I never eat much in breakfast, right? I usually skip it. So like for me, it's good. And once you go live, I mean, you're live, right? Like that's the thing. Like you're 8-9 hours straight.
So you don't eat during your stream.
I sometimes do. I like maybe throw a video and I just like react to the video while eating. But not always. I remember earlier I would never eat during the stream. It feels weird. Like it feels like you're interrupting something, right? That's the one thing that I maybe don't like much about streaming is you don't have like a designated break. Like you can completely detach for like 30 minutes and go back to, but that's not how it works. Your life, it's continuous, right? If you stop it, then people tune out. So yeah.
And I think it's tough also to stay in character and not make like any mistakes, because on the day to day, I think you, for example, foul language is that
No, you can't swear all the time. I mean, you can't say like, you know, gamer words, right? Like,
Okay.
you know, like if you say the N word or like, you know, some slur, like you're done, right? Like you don't say that stuff. But like if you say fuck, shit, whatever. Let me tell you what's fucking scary though when you're streaming is what you show on your monitor. So you can't like, if
Yes,
you accidentally
exactly.
like say somebody sends you, like this happened to me once. I got sent a photo of like somebody, like I was like, yo, show me your gaming setups, guys. And they would show me photos of like their gaming setup, like, you know, like the setup, like with your PC.
And they would send you this way on Discord on the chat.
Yeah, on Discord, and I would open on the main monitor. And some dude sent me a photo of his gaming setup or someone's gaming setup, and there was a dick somewhere in like there was like a dildo, I
Yeah.
think, or like you can't show that on stream. And I opened on the main monitor, but then I turned off the stream, deleted the VOD fast, you know, because you can get banned for that, right? So that's the scary thing is like what you show on your main monitor. Like there was a dude once that accidentally forgot to turn off his stream and started watching porn. And yeah, he got banned. So
I mean, apart from getting banned, I think he got a really bad reputation as well.
the bad thing about that, it was also midget porn, so it didn't help. Yes, you might want to cut that one out, but yeah, like that happened. That happened. So that's the thing, right? Like you said, you're live and you're scared that you might say or like, but you get used to it. You get used to it.
So then you have your biscuits, you have your waste note, you do your 8-hour stream. Then what goes on in the Jokered household after stream?
I mean, I live independently, right, with my girlfriend. So I do some chores. I have 2 cats. So
Cats.
I have 2 cats. I tend to them, like, you know, give them some food. Sometimes I have the cats out during the stream, but they're a bit disruptive, you know. And what else? Let's see. I mean, I sometimes go out, but most of the time just watch some Netflix. Like the thing about streaming is you're talking for like 8-9 hours. You don't feel like talking much after that. You feel like just like chilling a bit. How do you say, like unwinding, right?
Some downtime.
Yeah. When I used to go to the gym, I would gym after, but right now I'm streaming so much that I don't have as much free time, you know. I just do some chores, chill with the girlfriend, watch some TV, maybe go for a walk. But yeah, then not much interesting stuff happening there.
And you stream which days?
every day pretty much. I don't have a designated day off, so it's like random. Like today, I almost did not stream. So like maybe like a week from it, like yeah, I'm not gonna stream this day, guys. I let them know a day before or just announce it on Discord. Like it's kind of sporadic. Most of the time, you should have an actual schedule. It's better to have a schedule instead of just like randomly not streaming. Because like people get upset when you're not live. If you're live almost every day and then you're not live, you're like, hey, where's the stream? Why you're not live? Go live. I get DM'd on Instagram by viewers to go live. Yeah, that happens.
So what's the hardest part for you about streaming? Is it this, like not being able to take a break?
Well, yeah, and like people's expectations, right? Like maybe the most frustrating thing about being a streamer, and not many people talk about this, is you have a constant feedback loop. So let's say, for example, that you produce a YouTube video and you upload that YouTube video, right? And then people will comment in that video saying, oh, this video sucks or this is not good. Like, what are you doing? Do this, do this. You're going to find that out later. If you're streaming and someone's upset with what you're doing as a streamer, he's going to let you know right there and then in the chat, and it's going to affect you instantly. And you're constantly dealing with sometimes negative feedback as you're streaming. That's like the hardest part for sure.
But
you got to be able to like mute that stuff out or like just like not let it affect you. But sometimes it does affect you.
what was the most thing that affected you, like maybe negatively, like someone said?
I mean,
negative feedback
probably
or-
the hardest time for me was like when I took the staff, I was getting sometimes death threats on my Instagram cat photos. That's how bad it was. Like some people took that stuff very serious. Yeah, they were sending
That's
death threats on
crazy.
my cat photos.
And how did you deal with that?
I mean, I don't know. I just went through it, right? I remember I lost a lot of followers as well on Twitch. I lost 10,000 followers on Twitch in a month. So I was like, as a streamer, normally you grow in followership over time. Not always, but most of the time. So going live and then having less followers when you end does suck. So like it was not, it felt like you were like dying as a streamer, which is a common term. Because the thing about streaming, it's like ups and downs. It's very, very volatile. So, you're always affected negatively by this kind of things happening, right? You can't let it get to you that much. You got to just push through it because it gets cycles. It's like imagine you have a store and maybe you sell more products in Christmas, right? And then maybe when it's a few months after Christmas, it's not that busy. That's how streaming can be sometimes. You have months where you do well and you have months where you don't do that well.
But then, for example, Christmas stores open for Easter. What's the thing you can switch to, which isn't, for example, when you're not streaming World of Warcraft, you're doing, for example, reactions to videos, or
Yeah.
how can you mix up your content in a way where you're easing off, so it's not as stressful or it's not as not monotone. I don't say monotone, but it's not the same content,
Yeah.
the same game.
That's,
How do you
that's a
switch it
good
up?
question. And I struggle a lot with this because I'm like one of those people that's like always doing the same thing, always playing World of Warcraft. But what you should do is what I sometimes do is I react to either some videos or I change game towards the end. But like 95%, if not more, I'm just playing WoW because I'm like completely addicted to the game. I play it off stream sometimes as well. But most streamers, what they would do is they would change to like another game. Maybe like, Harry Potter game came out recently. You just swap to that, or like the Elden Ring DLC or stuff like that, right? And I try to do that, but like at the same time, I'm very invested into World of Warcraft. It's a game where if you put more time, you get more, right? So, yeah, but what I do normally, I'm still playing the game, and while there's downtime in the game, I watch some videos, right? Or I talk about something. Like I'm not like always talking about the game. You know what I mean? Like I'm just discussing random stuff.
Okay. And do you think the addictive personality side helped you reach the levels you've reached in the game?
Oh yeah, for sure, right? I've always liked the grind, right? The grinding and those kind of games where you grind a lot. That's why I like WoW.
And it was always WoW. There wasn't like any other game which sparked the gamer.
No, I played a lot of Guild Wars 2.
What was it?
Guild Wars 2 was another MMO.
And what's an MMO? Just so
MMO is a massive multiplayer online RPG role-playing game. So World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2 and Final Fantasy are all categorized as MMORPGs. Basically, there's a lot of people online at the same time playing, and it's a role-playing game, not like League of Legends, where it's like a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. And funnily enough, the first MOBA was actually a Warcraft mode made by like some random person. Yeah, that's where it came from.
Your gamer knowledge is very vast.
That's what I do, you know.
I wanted to go back to something that you were talking about before, and we didn't really finish off. TwitchCon
Yeah.
and that experience, how it was, who you met, what you did.
I mean, it was
Okay.
insane. You have to understand, I've never been to a convention before, right? I've never traveled by myself. So I went all the way by myself to America, 16-hour flight, right? And and I'm meeting all these people. I think till this day, that's the most people I've ever met in like a few days in my life. I probably met more people there than I had all my life combined. It was insane. Like, there was so many people. This was before COVID, yeah? This pre-COVID convention, it was packed, thousands of people. And I'm meeting people that I used to watch on stream. Like, I met, for example, Mia Malkova, you know, famous people, right?
Sorry, who was that?
Mia Malkova. I'm just giving you examples here, okay?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, she's a Twitch streamer.
She's a Twitch streamer.
Yeah, she streams World of Warcraft, sometimes Jokerdtv.
But she has alternative careers.
I had no idea. But I'm just giving you an example of there was a lot of famous streamers that I met in Twitch, and it was very cool, and we had like a lot of fun parties and stuff. So, and after that, I actually went to Vancouver, Canada, for a week, and then back to Seattle, Seattle. What's it called? Like, there's like two Seattle, DC, and then there's Seattle, the one on the West Coast. It's like right below Vancouver. Yeah, so I had a bit of an adventure there. You want to hear a funny story?
Yes, I was just still thinking about Mia Malkova, but you can go ahead.
All right. So when I was in Vancouver, I indulged in some marijuana, right? And I remember the guy I was staying with. He bought us some pre-rolled joints from a medical shop, right?
It's legal there, no?
Yes, it's legal. From medical shop, he bought these pre-rolled joints, right? And I had one, and I put it in my bag. You know those bags, they have like a compartment where you put there's like a net and you put the water bottle.
Water bottle.
Oh, there you go, it's visible, right? And I was like, man, how do I go to Seattle? I can't book a flight because then I gotta wait some days. So you can apparently catch a bus from Vancouver to Seattle. It's like 4 hours, 6 hours, costs $25, cheap. And this guy gave me some cash money, and I went on the bus. And then you eventually get to something called a border, right? So I go to the border, and I go down, and they gotta inspect you, and they ask you questions, and they have these big dogs and X-ray, you know, like that, just like the movies, like TSA, but it's on an airport. It's just a border patrol. So I go there, I give them my bag, and then this most American guy, hey sir, what you doing in the USA?
That accent work is incredible.
All right. I'm like, yeah, I stream World of Warcraft, you know. Why don't you stream World of Warcraft from Malta then, hey? You know, like, I mean, I'm really...
That was a really good accent. I'm enjoying it.
But he was basically like, questioning what am I doing? Like, and I don't want to like sound too like this, but like, I look a bit, Arabic, right? Like I had the big mustache and, I had a bit of a beard going on. So this guy's like, he's kind of like, And after like 20 questions, he lets me through, and I get my bag, and I go in the bus. And then I arrive in Seattle. And then I'm like, I get to this place. I was staying with this guy who was actually at the time used to work in the military. And now is a streamer. And I had this joint still. And I just grabbed the joint and I started smoking. I'm like, this is so good. He's like, where did you get that? Like, Vancouver. Vancouver? How did you get it here? Did you smuggle weed? That's what I did. I apparently smuggled illegally a drug from Vancouver to Seattle. Even though it's legal in both states, you can't do that.
So
I would have been deported.
Just because if they found it at the border.
Yeah. And how did they not find a massive joint visible with all these big dogs and these machines? Is beyond me. Maybe they didn't care.
I have a good story to add on that because I'm remembering. So just for, let me look at the camera. Which camera is mine?
That one.
So just if someone tries to take me into court. I'm looking at you, Popo. This happened many years ago, so it's
Yeah, same. Many years ago.
so you can no longer find me liable. Is that the word? No, I don't know. So anyway, I remember years ago we had went to Amsterdam, and me and my friends, we were. Okay, I'm not gonna say how old we were.
It's a nice place. I was there last year.
Really, we were there last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first time we went, we were of age. I'll say that. Obviously, all my friends indulged in some marijuana as soon as we got
The
there.
devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce. As soon as we landed, straight to Bulldog, the coffee shop, bought some pre-rolled joints, and started smoking them there. Something that we found out the hard way was that the weed there is not the same as the weed here. So when you have
More potent or what?
I mean, I think you would know as well.
Yeah, I know.
When you actually have a pre-rolled joint, which is just full of weed and not weed and tobacco, when actually really good, strong weed,
Yeah.
it's quite the substance. So anyway, yeah, we indulge in some of that. My friends indulge in some of that. And anyway, I had my friend who was kind of the first time even smoking anything, like even doing something bad. And he was really into it. Like, he was so into it. He decided to buy a bunch of pre-rolled joints
Yeah.
that would probably, I think, be 2 grams, no more than 2 grams worth. So basically, he bought a lot of pre-rolled joints because he didn't know how to roll. He didn't know how to roll.
Yeah.
cigarette
I
or
don't know how to
whatever.
roll either.
And he decided that he wanted to bring them to another country.
To Malta or what?
Which country?
Oh, my bad.
No. And he actually had the balls. And he didn't tell any of us. So this was really smart of him.
Yeah.
So because he knew that we would like tell him he's a fucking idiot. And that
Yeah.
he would panic.
I would not risk doing
So
that.
let me just say this. I'm the same as you. Whenever I'm at an airport, I'm always stopped, questioned, because I know
Yeah.
Arabic and everything. They're like, where are you going? What do you have in your bag? All of that. And anyway, he knew to not tell us what his plan was. So what he did is, of course, got all of these pre-rolled joints because he didn't know how to roll. He hid them on his jacket, inside his coat. He went through security. Of course, he didn't have any medals, so nothing went off. As soon as we went through security, we went to our gate. And I remember I was a bit behind because I went to like a bookshop or something to buy some water. And then I remember I saw guard dogs. I'm like, oh, look how cute these guard dogs, sniffer dogs.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look how cute these sniffer dogs are. And
What did he
of course,
say?
I wasn't thinking anything because I
Yeah,
didn't know
yeah.
what he had on him. And then the second we land into Malta, the second we land into this country, which I'm not mentioning,
Yeah.
we, the bus comes and the stairs, and you go down the stairs, you go into the bus, and then you go outside, and it says like EU and non-EU, and you go to the EU.
Yeah.
As soon as we go outside the EU like door, he's like, "Hey guys, watch this." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Look at me." And like we're like 6 people. We all turn to him. He's like, "Look what I got!" And he pulls his coat, and he has like 10 or 15 pre-rolled joints inside his
Yeah,
coat.
he would have gotten in trouble, I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like if it's like one, like
100%.
about
This was the same time that guy Daniel Holmes. You remember Daniel Holmes, the
No idea.
the guy who grew 2 plants of weed in his house in Gozo and got prison sentence of 10 years.
what? 10
Yes,
years for just
10
growing
years.
some weed.
I think it was two.
Oh
plants, for sure.
man. Tough
And
times.
So that, like, insane. I was livid. I'm like, holy shit. Now I'm started thinking, I'm like, oh my god, the guard dogs and all that. He was so lucky. It was fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah.
my heart almost stopped when I just looked at his coat and saw all those joints inside his coat. It was crazy.
I don't like playing with the law that much.
No.
But
Yeah.
then sometimes it works to my favor. Once, particular night out, we decided to go clubbing to a club in Malta. I won't mention where.
No plugs.
And obviously, drinks at the club are quite expensive.
Yes.
So it wasn't worth it for us to be drinking inside. And we said we'll buy some drinks and we'll drink them outside. And then maybe, I mean, if we're big enough and we'll finish them, we'll finish them. But if not, we're going to see what we're going to do to get them in.
Yeah.
And obviously,
Don't they check? They check the bags if you try to go in, right?
they check the bags, exactly. And for this particular event, I think it was, there were some DJs coming to Malta. At the time, I think it was when Red Foo was coming to Malta.
That's a while ago.
That was quite a while
was
ago.
a while ago. Red Foo. Have you
Red
heard
Foo
that?
with a big afro.
Red who?
Red Foo, you know?
I don't know who Red Foo is.
LMFAO. Red Foo.
LMFAO.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, Red Foo
Sexy,
is,
and I know he was in Malta.
I didn't know that. I'm really bad at knowing this stuff, but yeah, I know who LMFAO is at least.
And basically, we got drinking, and Eureka struck me. And I said, I was wearing a shirt. I said, I've got some extra sleeve. So I rolled down my sleeve. And then I shoved the bottle in here. And it fit perfectly. I put my hands in my pocket. 8 security guards checked me. Just walked by.
With
I
a
mean,
bottle.
how are you gonna
With-
know?
Can
with a-
we do we
with-
have a bottle?
yes,
can,
we
can
can-
we get a vodka bottle from there?
I'll set it up.
Or should we get a water bottle just for PG purposes?
We'll get, no, the water bottle's too big.
Alright,
I think
so
we can
let's try
use.
that.
But now I'll start being checked if they see this at clubs.
Very
There were-
familiar with that bottle.
8 security. 8 security. 8 securities were there.
So show us.
So
show
basically,
us
what I did was I put my hand in a bottle of Malibu, shoved it in there, then put the part which was out in my pocket, which was something like this.
Can you stand up?
And then I walked in like that. I shoved my hands in my pocket.
Watch the wire. Watch the wire.
That is amazing.
That looks so
Like you
natural.
can't even knowing, like you can't tell.
That looks so natural. Tom, a question for you.
Tell me.
If you had the chance to change your to add like a robotic hand, would you ever do it? And just like those like really advanced cyborg stuff.
So I think it gives me character. I wouldn't be the same person I am today if I didn't have it. So the name of the podcast wouldn't be what it is. But definitely, I mean, I don't think I would want it any other way, because my character is shaped and like transfer. It changed and shaped itself and molded itself through who I am and who I was growing up and the experiences I faced. So no, I wouldn't have it any other way.
We sidetracked really hard. This has become the weed podcast. People are gonna think I'm
Joe Rogan.
people think I'm a big stoner. I don't really smoke that much weed.
Why do you think that?
I mean, these people just like people like to meme that I'm like stoned when I'm playing. You know, it's like maybe I'm dumb about something. Like here's the thing, right? When you're streaming like 8-9 hours a day, you're gonna say stupid stuff all the time.
Like what?
I don't know, just random stuff. Like you don't really like I'm a person that doesn't have much of a filter. So I'm like, oh, is that how it works? You know?
I mean, I asked you who Mia Malkova was, and you kind of filtered that out.
yeah.
See, he's good in avoiding questions.
Yeah. No, but what I was saying is like you say stupid things every now and then when you're streaming. People are like, oh, are you stoned? Are you high? Are you drunk? You know?
And has that gotten you in trouble?
No. I mean, I don't think I've been clipped that badly, other than that famous incident like 3.5 years ago. But
Let me clue you in, bitch.
we're for 60.
I love that one.
350,000 viewers. That was the biggest stream I think you've ever had.
Oh yeah, like not even close. I mean, that's still the highest view count in the World of Warcraft section on Twitch.
Ever.
Hard to beat, but
I think during the Fortnite times, what were the numbers back then?
oh, Fortnite. No, people have had like, I mean, an individual streamer had like 2 million at some point. Something to do with Fortnite, I think.
Was it Ninja with
No,
Drake?
what Ninja with Drake was 600K, but then like there was a guy, like a Spanish streamer, that had like a skin added to the game, and he was doing like an exclusive reveal of the skin, and there was like a lot of people watching from Fortnite. Like it was 2 million, 2.5 million. He destroyed the record. Like was like 600K at the time record from Ninja, and yeah.
Ninja was getting those numbers then consistently.
What happened?
yeah.
What happened to Ninja?
He's still around. He should. I mean, people like to say he fell off, right? But like, I mean, it's hard to maintain that. Like the game is still popular, but there's been a lot of other like Fortnite streamers now that have emerged, and have competed with him on the same viewership.
Is there some kind? So me, okay. If I want to get into streaming, but I'm really bad in gaming,
Yeah.
is there any streaming I can do which isn't gaming? Because people just
Oh yeah.
like,
So
can I do like maybe touch typing ASMR? while
yeah,
I'm-
there's an ASMR section. There's a pools and hot tub section. So for
Pools and
example,
hot tubs.
I opened my Twitch.
He was thinking about the filter.
No filter on this one. All right, let's go. So I opened my Twitch this morning, right? And I get on the front page you get recommended streamers. So I'm recommended some WoW streamers, right? And then one of the streamers was not playing World of Warcraft, and she was a girl that got recommended to me, over 6,000 viewers live, and she was just sleeping in a bed, just wearing a bra. That was it. So you can stream yourself sleeping in bed, just wearing a bra, and get a lot of viewers. So
But
maybe it wouldn't work for you, but
yeah, I was about to say that. Why do you think it won't work for me? Is it my face? Am I not attractive?
I think you're
enough?
missing two very important ingredients.
Which are what?
I think you know what they are.
Have you ever done one of those eye tracker tests?
No, I haven't. No.
Is that an upcoming stream we should be looking forward to?
I think I would get embarrassed if I did that.
Is it that hard for you to try and maintain?
Yeah, I fixate on things. You know.
His filter has been quite strong, huh?
I'm trying my best not to get clipped too hard in the future by my own stream reacting to this. I know you guys are watching. So.
So what would they do? You think they would just
They're just gonna like find something stupid I say and like just at me like in chat like, hey, why did you say this? Oh, what is this? Oh, good one. Like for sure, like they're gonna love
But
this.
is that a bad thing?
No, it's not. It's
So
content, right? Like,
Why don't you give the people what they want?
oh man, dude, wait. I'm sidetracking a bit, but you gotta. I don't know. Can you show things on the in this podcast? Like
Yeah.
you show.
We'll
You
throw
we
it
have-
up here.
Yeah. We have audio streamers, but we have people that watch it on YouTube as well and on highlights. You want to send the video to
Where's
Tom,
my phone?
and he can
Yeah.
put it up.
I'm gonna show you what you guys gonna.
We can see it now, and then
we'll add it.
Yeah,
add it
exactly.
to
You
the-
can
to the-
react to it now, and
You
then
can listen to the sound now.
it's
and-
gonna be really good.
Alright.
So go open the Twitch. Again to my channel, sort by views,
the clips or the videos.
clips, yeah.
Yep.
And then scroll all the way down until you get to
NPC drink.
no, not that one. To Joker has never used a soda machine before.
Okay.
Wait, what?
So stuff with one hand, man.
Oh my god!
Oh shit. There we go. My hand is gonna taste like root beer now.
Can I watch this again? This is amazing.
Let's play it back one more time. You did it right on the first click, and then
I had no idea.
One hand. Holy shit. There we go.
I think that actually shows. I mean, what I was saying before, like you went from the type of person who was always just chilling at home gaming to all
Never
of a
used
sudden,
one of those, man. It's embarrassing. Like that clip gets spammed in my chat every day. Like that clip had like 50,000 views maybe a year ago, and people just spam it. It has 100,000 now because there was an original that got deleted, and that's like a new one. People just spam. It's just so funny.
That's good content, I think.
Exactly. That's my point. That's why I show you this. Like something that happened in the past that was funny can still be used as a streamer to just like bring up like like a laugh.
And what are some other moments from when you went to LA? Because I remember you had sent us this when we were in class, and we would watch them in class. He would be like,
There's
he
the
would-
basketball one that was That one's really good.
Can we see it here? Can we see it?
Yeah, I'm trying to
Like
see.
he would live stream himself walking like the streets of LA.
IRL backpack. This one's 44,000. This one.
Is that with audio as well?
Yes.
Can send it to Tom.
Joker go shooting.
Yes.
You can connect yourself to the Bluetooth mixer if you want,
Um.
and then you can play.
Shall we have a break?
Yeah, all right. Let's go for a break.
We're gonna have a short break.
Okay, so here's another funny thing that happened when I was streaming in Los Angeles. So I wanted to go to a shooting range where you shoot real guns. I'm IRL streaming. I go on my phone. I look up on Google Maps, right? Shoot. I just write shoot, and a place comes up called Shoot 360. I get a cab. I get driven. There's like $20 to get driven here, and I go in, and here's what happens. Right here's the clip.
I love the clip.
Wait, what? Hello? Hi. Is this a shooting range? Oh, you can help me? I'm broadcasting right now. I'm just streaming. I'm gonna go to a shooting range. Is this a shooting range?
Like guns?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
No?
no, it's basketball.
Oh, is that basketball? Oh, that's software.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just googled shoot and it's
I remember seeing this video, man. That's like
yeah.
So basically,
that's the number one thing to not do in USA, man.
And
Like, go
looking
in a
like
place.
me, and I have like a camera with me. Like, so here's the funny thing, right? Like, I go in there, like sweating, like with my goatee and my beard and looking not American, and then with the camera, and there's like a young girl at the counter. Like, you can see her on the clip. Like, she was maybe like 16, 17. Maybe she's like the daughter of the owner, right? And I'm like, hey, is this a shooting?
Oh my god.
And she was like,
she
so
was petrified, I think.
And then this guy, this like old guy, comes up to me, hey, like you saw him, right? Like, and then they were like, hey, I went back in after, like, yeah, it's like $70 to shoot hoops in like a cubicle, like I'll explain, like that where you go baseball, but like it's like nets on the side. $70? No way. I did go to a shooting place after, which I believe there's even a VOD on my Twitch channel, which I have saved because I highlighted it. It's like one of the few things I've ever highlighted. And there was like this guy here that was like he had like 8 licenses of firearms. Basically, he had the license to have a concealed firearm, and he was like X something. Like, he was like, he knew his stuff, and he was giving me a demo on how to shoot all these guns with like the most American accent, like some old like 60-year-old. Like, this is how you do this, how you do that. It was fun. I had a lot of fun doing that.
it was educational.
Yeah, it was 100% educational.
And
Like, he was trying to teach me what to do.
Isn't it crazy? You think the laws that they have in USA though, like,
I don't.
I mean, we're European, we're not used to that, but
Exactly.
like,
I
see them from
think
this
it's
perspective.
scary having people walking around with guns around you. It's like the first thing that you go to is
yeah, bro. Like, when I sometimes, like when I'm walking at night, like somewhere, and I don't know, like for example, you'll be walking somewhere in Slima, like in a dark street or something. Like, when I'm walking and I see a guy walking towards me on the same pavement, you get like that sudden. Do you ever get that sudden thought of like, imagine if this guy just like comes close to me and tries to strangle me? Do you ever get that feeling?
Yeah.
if it goes down, what's gonna happen?
I'm usually like when I'm walking straight and this guy's walking towards me, I kind of like peel my eyes a bit and I'm looking to see if like I
Yeah,
see
like,
him
or
get out a
someone's like
knife or
following
something.
you for a
Yeah.
while. That's like the weirdest
Bro,
one.
like if I would live in the US and I would have like this constant fear that someone can literally from 500 meters away pull out a gun.
500 meters is a bit
You
of a
would not
stretch.
get hit 500 meters away.
Bro, there's
That's-
snipers. There's
It's
snipers.
still though.
500 meters is a bit of a
I'll tell you
stretch.
what though, in
I mean-
America, right? Like, it's so recently there was a League of Legends streamer. He was playing League of Legends, and then he hears someone enter his house. He gets up, and he actually shot the guy that entered his house with a shotgun. and he killed him. At the same exact time that he killed him, in the League of Legends game, it says double kill. But like that's how messed up it is in America. Like you have the right to shoot someone if they enter your property.
So trespassers.
Yeah, in some states, like I mean, you're gonna probably get sued, but like you have the right to defend yourself. Like
But
it's
is it trespassing or if you
he
feel
entered
your
in
life is
his
threat-
house. Yeah,
And what was this like a burglary attack?
I don't know exactly. It was a few months ago, but I don't know like if it was like trying to get robbed or what happened. But yeah, it's just so very different to the EU. I mean, you can just like get a gun, right?
What do you think about that? Like, do you think that people should be able to carry guns?
I mean, I feel like if you have a fear that maybe something could happen to you, especially like women, right? Because like they can't physically defend themselves as well as maybe men, right? Maybe carrying something is not a horrible idea, but like the problem with that is like you have a lot of school shootings. You know, it happened in the USA, right? Because like it's so easy to get a gun. So
You think it's just because people are able to get guns, or is it maybe because they're not
The accessibility to them.
yeah, accessibility to the guns, like they probably just steal it from their parents, right? Like because like even your parents in USA could have like a firearm, like and they just hide it and you find it, like hey, maybe I'll take this to school one day. You know, like these things can happen. They can happen, right?
Was there a fear of you going there and like knowing all these things are happening over there?
Yeah, and you were quite.
I mean, there was someone that almost pulled a gun on me once in America.
Why?
I was clubbing in Seattle, and there was this guy who, at the time, I now realized was a drug dealer, and I had no idea. And I was just asking him, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" Like friendly questions. Like it was,
Was
like
it
I was
on a stream or something?
no, this was off stream. It was like 1 a.m. I was like drunk. I was just asking this guy random questions. Like I ask a lot of questions when I'm drunk. You know, like people like I just want to know, right? I have no filter, you know. And this guy was like, "Hey, are you a cop or something? Can I see your ID or like he did this, you know, showing."
So the drug dealer asked you for your ID.
No, but like then I showed him my passport, and on my passport I had my credit card. I never saw my credit card again. Yeah.
So you got robbed?
I think he robbed my credit card.
You think?
And then I got a charge on my credit card, McDonald's. Yeah. Yeah, and I had to get a new one.
Did you block it at least?
Yeah, I booked it after. I was
How much was the McDonald's charge?
$7. It's
$7.
fast food is so cheap.
He was conservative.
It's so cheap.
He didn't go all out actually with your credit card, so he was a good man.
He had to stay within the limit.
I mean, that's
Cannot
the thing.
get
There's
caught.
like a limit to be asked for the pin, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't
Smart.
think of that.
Yeah. He got a free meal, you know.
Interesting fact that I've learned about you, Mr. Jokerdtv.
Yeah.
It's gonna get clipped. Is that the word? Can I say? Is it get clipped?
Clipped, yes, clip this.
You hit the no scope.
From my research, it appears that your partner, your girlfriend, aka sometimes they call her your sister,
Yes.
your girlfriend, said that you kissed like a fish, or you used to kiss like a fish.
What?
Yes, I saw this in one of your one of your streams.
So I kissed a fish or like a fish?
So you asked your girlfriend and you told her, I forgot the context, but she was saying something about Maltese guys not being handsome, and then you asked her about if you're a good kisser, or someone in the chat asked if you're a good kisser, and
Yeah.
then she said, and then she didn't want to answer it, and you said, why you don't want to answer? And she was like, well, in the beginning, you kissed like a fish, and then it was an ongoing thing, like for that few minutes.
I don't remember this exactly happening, but yeah, maybe I do. I would have to ask her again. She's gonna love watching this though, for sure.
You think so?
When was your first kiss?
I don't know. It was like maybe 12 or something.
12?
Yeah.
That's quite early.
No, but like not like French kissing, you know, like
Your mom doesn't count. Your mom, your
No,
your
no, I'm not-
cousins,
it's not my mom.
sisters.
no.
12. And what is a 12-year-old kiss? Like, was it like at school? Like what
Yeah, I
kind of-
think it
that's-
was maybe it was like even before. No, it was at like 10, like primary school.
Okay.
Yeah. Like remember, primary school would be like boys and girls, but then secondary was like boys only. That's how it was for me.
Yeah.
So it
same
had to
goes
be
on
primary
YouTube.
school. I think the end of primary school.
And
So she gave you a bit of a going away present.
Kind of, yeah. I remember the girls were crying at the last day because like we would never see each other again in school at least. Because hey, you would go to different schools.
and
And something about your room is defined as the prison cell.
that was your old room, right? Where you used to
Yeah,
live
so
in your
I
parents'
used to
house.
live in a very old house of character. You know how the houses are in Malta, right? And this house was built in the 1600s. So it looked like, you know, it looked different than a normal house.
Was it built by the knights then? If it was built in the 1600s,
No, maybe, but it used to be a what do you call it? Like a mill. It was a mill,
okay.
and there's holes in the walls where they would tie the donkeys and stuff.
That's cool, actually.
Yeah, it was a flour mill. If I'm not mistaken.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and where I was streaming was like built a bit later. It was added onto it, and I think maybe 1800. But it still looked really old. You know, and the first floor, which you never saw on stream, is like 1600s. Yeah, and was close to where the French, not the revolution happened, like the revolution against the French started. Yeah,
And you mentioned
A little history lesson for you guys.
yeah.
You mentioned that. Well, I read this from a news article written about you, but you mentioned that the stone walls helped you win. to
Oh
level
yeah,
60.
yeah. The joke was like when you're in prison, then you have to play the game, right? You're forced to train. There's nothing else you can do. I mean, I when like a meme happens and like people joke about this, like you might as well go with it, right? Like you're like, I'm not actually in a prison, obviously, but like it's funny to like, you know, let's see how people react to it, right?
So it's a prison with a crazy PC setup. What's your PC setup right now?
Now, I mean, I have a PC that was given to me by a PC manufacturer that went like bust.
What was it?
Maybe you heard about them, Artisan Builds. Yeah, built for a lot of streamers. What's this? What basically
It's
happened?
like a 10K setup or
Yeah,
like a 12K setup.
But they ended up like getting a PR scandal where someone won a PC on stream, and they didn't want to give her the PC because she didn't have enough followers on Twitter.
Oh my god.
And then this thing exploded, and like everyone dropped them as a sponsor, and it's over. Like they don't exist anymore.
So it was cloud based, sort of.
No, it was like they would build a PC for you as a streamer. They pay you by giving you the PC, and then you promote them, right?
Okay.
And then people would buy the PCs from their stores. They build the PC for you. But yeah, they don't do it anymore because like of this whole PR scandal. It was really bad. This happened like a year ago, I think.
And so for someone who wants to get started on Twitch,
Yeah.
what's the like best kit to get started, or
Okay,
the
look.
best value
so
for
If
money?
I wanted to start my sleeping,
Exactly.
This is
sleeping
what
stream.
a lot of streamers do wrong. That's like, oh, let me spend like 2,000 euros on like sound and like camera, and like no one cares. Listen, like you don't even need a webcam, you know, like if you're trying to start, then ideally you're like really good at a game or you're good at networking, right? Because like if you have strong connections with people that can like promote you, host you, right, increase discoverability, or you're just like really good at a game and you win, which is what I did, right? But just trying to make it with like, you know, streaming all the time, it's very hard. Like it's super competitive, right? Because there's a limited amount of viewers that watch, but an almost infinite amount of streamers, right? Especially like, you know, if you have like 2 viewers, no one's gonna see your stream. It's hard to be discovered, right?
And how do you grow from there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, either you're really good at what you're doing, and you put like maybe content on YouTube that might be viewed by someone else, or you just network, right? But I think the first one works the best.
So the PC setup. So what
yeah.
are you running right now?
So my setup again is the computer from Artisan Builds. That I mean, it's like 5,000 euro PC, you know, like 3080 Ti or something. I have the same mic here, like a Shure SM7B.
Yep.
I have a small mixer, but like a lot smaller than that. And then just like a keyboard, mouse. I mean, I have a gaming chair that I got for free because I got sponsored. So they give me a free chair, and then I show it on stream because I'm sitting on it, right? So sometimes as a streamer, when you're like a bit bigger, you get free stuff, and you use the free stuff basically. Everything that I'm using is free, except for the mic, the mixer, and the monitors that I've had since 2017.
And they're
not
still
changed.
720p.
No, 1080p, 144 hertz, AMD FreeSync.
Ooh.
It's like they're good. I have no problem with them. I've been using them for over 6 years. Yeah, but I was using a laptop before I got this like first PC when I got this monitor 6 years ago that I got with the money from my old job. It's like, oh, now I got a PC. This is insane how fast it going from a laptop to a PC is massive.
Huge jump.
Biggest jump I ever had was that. Like even this PC, I got this 5K PC. I mean, the PC I had before it was good.
You built it yourself?
Yeah, I built it. I had like 3 PCs. I had that one, then the one I built with help of my viewers, and then the one I got for free now.
Alright, so we can watch this video now. If can you give context? So we were in Amsterdam.
Yes. I just kissed my girlfriend here, and someone clipped it,
Seriously.
and I look kind of weird doing it. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you just get clipped, you know? Like
I think it's the eyebrow raise and,
Yeah.
the eye contact with the camera.
yeah. I think my chat was just saying kiss her, you know, like. And then someone wrote like, "Why did you kiss your sister?" You know. Like,
I think it's time to get into some questions
I think so.
to get some good clipping
all
and some
right.
good highlights. So we call
Let's
them
go.
highlights.
Let's go.
John, do you have any that you can? Oh, it's his first kiss.
Ooh.
He's highlighting the. Okay, so Joker,
This is for
Yes.
you, Nick.
when did you lose your virginity? At what age?
Okay, so
You can look straight into that camera while you say it.
so hi. Yeah, I lost it at 24. I was pretty late. I do a lot of things fast, like in games, but that one was slow. I was 24.
And then you speed ran? Or was it just
Oh,
just the one?
Oh, wait. What do you mean? How did the first time go? Or
Yeah.
You know, whatever your interpretation of that was.
well, I couldn't, like finish.
So it wasn't a speed run.
No, but nowadays it is a speed run. Everyone is a speed run. Yeah.
And so this was with, of course, your current girlfriend, right?
Yes.
And actually, you didn't tell us. Then how did you actually start dating? Was it just from that, like when you met and slowly things?
Yeah, I mean, we talked a lot, like for like a month on Discord, and then when we met again like the next day, and yeah, we just started seeing each other more and more. We moved in together like 6 months after, I think, which was maybe a bit fast.
I think I moved in around the same time.
Yeah. I think it was maybe a bit fast because like I was already living by I had 2 roommates, and then we went to separate places, so then I felt a bit lonely having no more roommates. So I was like, let's move in, like. So I kind of like pressured her a bit, right? Because I was so lonely. But yeah, that's what happened.
And how is it? Because you were living with guys, no?
I was living with 2 guys, and then a guy and his his girlfriend.
Okay. How is the change going from living with your parents to living with mostly guys to then living with your girlfriend? Like, do you see a difference in like the type?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's nice. Like I didn't have people telling me what to do all the time, but then you have a lot of responsibility. Take out the trash, and now it's 2 days a week for the black bag. You gotta
2 days for the organic, bro.
1 day for the recycling. They want us to go put these recycling in these machines, and I have to.
It's a nice outing. I go with my mom every Sunday.
I've not done it yet.
I just
You get your
took them down
€2
to the
and then you buy.
But it's like a line I can't be bothered.
No, dude.
It depends
CBA.
in what locality.
Like when you have enough money. In
All right,
life,
all
you
right.
don't-
Yeah, he's
We're
like a millionaire,
So
We're still-
no, I'm talking.
We're
about
still
it.
paying for these mics, Nick.
We need to get a lot of buttons to pay for these microphones. Which one do you? Do you have any hidden talents?
I think I've mastered the art of stalling.
Stalling, so you're a pro procrastinator.
Yeah, so I go live, and for the first 20 minutes of my stream, I'm not even doing anything except playing music. It's like an intro, right? And then I go live and I start talking about random things that no one asked for. So like, it's not like someone asked me a question like, hey, how are you doing? Here's my day. I just imagine a question in my head, and then I go on a tangent about it. So then I've been live for 40 minutes. Nothing has happened. No content, right? And that's what stalling is. You just like you just make stuff happen out of nothing, but you're not doing anything. You know, it's like I don't know.
It's
And
It's
the viewers enjoy it, or
yeah, I mean, yeah, they enjoy it a lot. So sometimes what happens, like yesterday, is someone in my chat's writing, "Dude, nice 8-hour intro today." But I've actually done stuff, but like everything's an intro now. Like yeah, it's like a joke, you know.
And if it's one thing you'd rather have, would it be your phone or would it be your laptop? Oh, your PC.
PC for sure.
You can't live without your phone.
I mean, how am I? I could order food. They got Walt and Bolt on the PC, right?
yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, so then we're
no,
fine.
no free plugs. No free plugs.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, if I had to order food, I could just order it from my PC.
I mean, you can call them. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah.
We call them from a landline, but no one really has a landline.
Any crazy streams coming up? Maybe dyeing your hair on stream, buzz cut.
So the craziest thing that I've done is shaving an eyebrow. I shaved my eyebrows. Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm doing that again, but we'll see. Like
How long does it take for an eyebrow to grow back?
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So
Yeah.
you were 6 weeks without an eyebrow. And was this around the same
No,
time?
both eyebrows. I just
Oh, both eyebrows. Was this around the same time that you used to shave your head, like you have a buzz cut?
Not exactly. But here's a funny story about that is I shaved my eyebrows and didn't cut my hair. And I took a selfie in the bathroom with just my face looking like this, like a Neanderthal, right? And I posted that on Instagram. And I noticed that I lost 50 followers on Instagram and all of them were female streamers. They didn't find that nice. They didn't like the photo.
Are you serious?
And then I took the photo out off. Yeah.
But they don't follow back.
They never followed back.
Did you put a updated picture with your new eyebrows after 6 weeks to let them know that they're
Yeah, but they didn't come back. They're gone. But I don't know about any crazy streams. Like I do these things called subatons every now and then, which is where every sub that happens on the stream, you add like 90 seconds or 2 minutes to the stream. And I had one of those last like 5 days once. And you stream for 5 days, or I would stream myself sleeping. Yeah.
And there's like this new niche of people watching each other sleep.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing Sabaton, you have to sleep, right? Like right now, there's a big streamer called Kai Sanat.
Yes.
And he has like almost 208. He's going to break the record of, I'm pretty sure he's almost at 280,000 subscribers on Twitch. And he's, last I tuned in, he was sleeping. And he has like his moderators of his stream like chatting, you know.
And what's a moderator exactly? Because
Okay. So a moderator is someone that's actively watching you in the chat that can ban or time out people in your chat that might link something toxic or say something bad or like say some, you know, like like police, you know.
Okay.
And they're unpaid most of the time. We call them janitors, you know.
All right. And you have someone a loyal viewer of yours asks you to be your
they might ask, or like, okay, this guy is serious, like he watches the stream all the time, like I'm gonna knight you, you know. You get a sword in the chat next to your name, and that's what a moderator is. I mean, sometimes these moderators, like, they only become moderators so they can spam the chat more. So like so you cannot like spam all the time. You get like timed out, or like there's like a limit. But if you're a mod, there's no limit. So one time I modded someone, he just spammed my chat, so then I unmodded him right after, you know. So with great power comes great responsibility. That's kind of how it is, right?
Another question. When it comes to okay, you don't play mostly first person games.
Very casual. I'm very bad at those games.
Do you think that violence or violent games impact children? Because of course, okay, we have these games which are like first person shooters and all of that, and they're mostly, I think, 16 plus or 18 plus. But
Yeah.
of course, kids still play them. Do you think that has an impact on their growing brains? Does it make them violent? Because this is like always. So I grew up playing like Call of Duty and Battlefield and like these first person.
I mean,
shooters.
a lot of people did.
Do you think they actually make people or make children more violent? Because even me growing up, I've heard this countless
I
times
don't
on
think
news.
so. Because like, here's the thing, right? Like people, there's always been violent people in the world. A lot before video games came out, right? I mean, same with movies. People said the same about movies. You know, like there's been a lot of movies that have been extremely violent. Like look at any Quentin Tarantino movie. Extremely violent. On Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, right? people still watch these movies. They're highly revered in the movie scene. I don't know, if you're gonna watch something and then act based upon it, this happens. There are sometimes serial killers that, like, for example, play like a song or like mention a video game when they're doing what they're doing, right? But it doesn't mean that's the game's fault. Like there's been violent people for thousands of years and way before this stuff. But it does make sense to think that way, though. But I don't personally think there's any correlation.
I like how you started off saying that there's been violence and people doing violent things for thousands of years. Well, that's so true. Like,
There's always gonna be something to spark it.
I mean, World War One happened before, like, basically movies were.
Even like in the year 1400s, like the torture devices.
Oh yeah, exactly, right.
Crazy, man.
If anything, we base these games on these things that have happened in the past. You know what I mean? Like, not the other way around. We're not doing stuff because of the games. We're doing games because of what happened. If that makes any sense,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah.
I never thought of it
That's a
that
good
way.
highlight.
How long do you see yourself streaming for?
I always try to see it in like a 5 years max, but I've been always keeping it that like I'm aware like it's maybe not something you can do forever, right? But I mean, time flies by fast. Like I thought I would maybe do it for like a year or two, and now it's been almost 4 years. So
Are you doing anything right now to diversify your streams of income or diversify?
not
Your
much,
brand.
but I would like to. It's very like some streamers they make a product and then they market it with their viewership, right? Like it's free marketing, free advertising, But I do think about doing this, but I don't know what to do. Actually, I have a diversified thing I'm working on right now. I sell farts.
You sell farts?
Yeah, so let me get into this. So on my stream, you can go on a website called Streamloots, and you buy these packs that I've custom made of cards, like Hearthstone, or Pokemon. There's these custom cards that you buy. You buy a pack, and then in the pack there's 3 cards, and these cards can be they're like funny sounds, like some random Mario sound, and then there's like a fart in the end. So there's all these different farts you can get. And what people do is they play these at the most inconvenient time. So say my character just died, and then they just played like a massive, and they get clipped, and they're in the clips. They're hilarious. So like that, I have a diversified income with thanks to these like farts. But yeah,
And this is something that, of course, you didn't do, but is like someone else's business, company, website, whatever.
no, that's someone else's website. Like they actually sponsored me 2 years ago to use their website, and I've been using it since then.
And you connect your Twitch stream to their website.
Yeah, they're actually very, very popular now. Streamloots are like, a lot of people know them.
And it caught on. It caught on.
It
well
caught
with
on
you.
well. Like at the
Google
beginning,
that.
no one was using it for me, and I remember they interviewed me once. This company like, dude, you're one of our most successful like partners. What's the secret to your success? I'm just selling farts. They're funny. Because the funny thing is, they made a World of Warcraft pack for me, and there was like 200 cards in this pack, right? And one of them was just a fart. Why did they add a fart? Because most of these sounds were like from the game, like the sound of like what a paladin does, like the most generic like WoW stuff. But then one of them was a fart sound. It was called Gas Cloud, right? And people loved that card. So then I made my own custom pack of just farts, and people just buy these all the time. It's hilarious. Like
$5, as you said, it costs.
now each pack's like $1.50, pretty
okay.
much. Yeah. So they're pretty cheap. So they buy like 10 packs every now and then, and they get a lot of farts. They get like 20 farts. And it's some of my viewers hate it, dude. They join my stream and they're like, dude, can you stop with these annoying fart sounds? Like, some people love it, some people hate it. That's what it is,
I think that's in everything. You've always got the
Yeah,
ones
that's
who-
the thing about streaming, right? Like, you can't please everyone. Same with music. You play music on stream. This playlist sucks today. Dude, great music taste. Right after, like, the duality, like.
Is there a way to make your chat choose or vote on the songs?
I
Like
mean, yeah,
automatically?
but
I don't think
Bad
it works.
idea.
So
you
I
can,
think
but
so.
probably bad idea.
You think so?
Yeah, they would probably pick some like weird ass songs, like there's this funny song that I like a lot. It's called like Banan Melon, Kiwi and Citron. It's like some Scandinavian song, like Banan Melon, Kiwi citron, and it's just like a funny, stupid song, but like they always like that when I play that, or like some of these like Ziz remix songs, you know, like
Oh yeah.
yeah, like hard bus,
Some hard style.
yeah, hard style, yeah, like yeah, hard style, not hard,
Chess
hard bus,
bra.
yeah, from like Tevez, you know. So
Yes.
yeah, you know, yeah, he knows, he knows.
Of course, I know Tevez.
Yeah.
It's the gym music.
Yeah, the gym songs,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I always play those in my intro.
How does it go with home where Z's and chess bra and then how it's us against the world. And
Yeah, the ones I play though, not much lyrical though. So maybe you the ones you're saying, I don't think I know them. Like I play the three that are like all instrumental. They start slow and it's like
exactly. I forgot how it goes. You can play it a bit for us. Yes, but those songs are truly the vibes, you know.
yeah.
They-
No,
they-
it pumps up the stream, you know, in the intro.
ZYZZ.
Exactly.
ZYZZ and then like Tevez.
Rest in peace. Tevez.
Tevez.
If it wasn't for streaming, what would be? So streaming doesn't exist in the world.
Yeah.
What would Jokerdtv or Daniel be doing?
I honestly like either working in like some data, like something with data, or just like trading. Because I'm like into investing.
Ah man, I forgot
Crypto,
about this.
yeah.
This guy made me technically a bunch of money, huh?
Really?
We had bought, I remember, it was crypto season.
Yeah,
in
the first boom
2000
in 2017, yeah.
2017, back in 17. And like me and him were just going on crypto, man. We're like just talking about crypto all the time. And he came to class. Should I mention the coin or no? Is it a bad idea?
No, you can. Cardano, right?
Yeah, he was like mentioning Cardano, and I'm like, yeah, man, Cardano's like it's like really good. Like we read the white paper, bro. Like everything's like,
The
really
white
strong,
paper,
you
man.
know, man, looks like legit. And so the next Bitcoin, and yeah, man, 2017. Like we actually, you were
I got
buying
in
and selling.
early, man. I got in so, but then I sold on the way up and I bought higher. I ended up losing money with that coin. But then you guys, I think you're good.
So I didn't sell, but up until like a year and a half ago or a year ago,
Yeah.
it was really high. Like if I sold, I would have made fucking bank. It was good money because I have like a whole portfolio of things. And we had both Cardano and some other shit
Yeah,
coins.
Wasn't Cardano trading at like 140?
Yeah. I think it peaked almost at $2.
It peaked at $2.
Yeah.
So
wait.
I don't think
I bought it at 2 cents.
2 cents.
But then I sold it at 9, bought back 13. I bought low, sold high, bought higher, so it didn't matter. Like I messed up. It was my first time trading. When the hard style hits, you know, it's like the Simpson meme. And he drinks
Perfect.
he's like, poof.
Or else when the push-ups, you're at the bottom. You got nothing left. Dun, dun.
So 2.9. It went to $2.9.
So what's that in
Um,
euros? Or, I think everything's in dollars in that.
Yeah, on the crypto world, it's mostly dollars.
You're still in that field, or is
No. I mean, I still have what I have, but I don't put any attention
so I
into it.
had plus 600%, plus 697% in
So that's
2021.
6x on your money?
And I bought 2.3k shares. My average cost was 17 cents.
Oh, you okay? But
Yours was 2.
no. Like I said, I sold. Like I sold them and I bought them. I probably average costed like 20 something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like I messed up. Like if I just bought them at 2 and like held them till now, I would be chilling. You know.
but you were buying and selling a lot of different coins.
I was
You
day
were making
trading.
money.
I was day trading crypto.
completely.
Like I would be in class
Yeah, I
with you with
remember.
my laptop,
I
and I
remember.
would be trading crypto. I was making so much Bitcoin. I was making about 1% of a whole Bitcoin.
Oh yeah. Is it your girlfriend?
Wait, 1 sec. Hello?
Hello.
Għet jisimaw tal-podcast, menna dan jgħatem qabbad bil-Bluetooth mal-mixer.
شنو؟
Don't say anything bad.
Yeah,
You're on the
għadni
podcast.
għaddej tismani.
Jien minix qed nisma' men, jien qiegħda beggars man, mhux qed nisma' xejn.
Few moments later.
Jien għadni għaddej, un-bat inkelmek ta' daqt list naħseb.
Anyway.
We've got a good clip.
Tajba, issa nkelmek, all right? Ciao. Oh, dik zomma, man,
You think so?
il-ringtone.
Ringtone. I'm like, who's
Can you
it?
professional, man? Zom.
What were we saying? Ah, yes.
Full crypto,
Day
naħseb.
trading.
Oh yeah, I was saying like I was making about 1% of a Bitcoin in profit in trading, but you're not making any money unless you withdraw, right? And then I just messed up. Like there was a coin I put all my money in. Like it was like back when John McAfee was alive. He was like promoting Verge, and Verge was just like coin that was like big plus 1,000%. It went up 1,000. And they were supposed to do like an update, and here's how it works in crypto. There's like a hype update coming. If the update doesn't actually happen and gets delayed, it tanks. If it happens, it moons. So I bought hoping for it to go up because it would meet the update, and the update actually didn't happen and just crashed. And I lost thousands of euros worth of Bitcoin back then when I had no job. It fucking sucked.
I was playing with fire a bit.
Yeah, but I still had made more than what I had. So, but you know, I put in too much time. I was dedicating like 12 hours of my day, like
Just to trading.
just always looking at the price because it was so volatile. Like in 1 hour, it can like tank. So I'm glad I don't do that anymore. You know,
I think it's fair to say you've got a bit of an addictive personality.
probably do with this kind of stuff. I like numbers.
You like numbers.
I like numbers. Yeah.
You're always a maths person more than a language person.
A lot. Yeah, I was very good at maths. Like not algebra, but like normal maths. Like you know, when I was like in primary school, I would always like finish first in class, get the highest grade. Just like numbers. That's it.
It was the thing that drew you in.
Yeah, it's just stuff that goes up and down, like the graphs, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I always found them fascinating.
What's the number one lesson you think that you've learned in the past 5 years, like since way before you started streaming up until now?
Number one
Like-
lesson.
A life lesson or something that
Maybe to
you've
take
learned.
like opportunities more. You know, like there's like a lot of opportunities that happen that you're like, I don't want to do this. You know, it's not worth it. And then like you take them, and they end up like shocking you how rewarding they are. You know, like and you learn something from it. So like maybe I wish I took like more opportunities, right? Because I've had a lot of opportunities the last few years. You know, and like maybe I didn't take.
And why you didn't take them, do you think?
I mean, maybe I was busy. Any excuse I was busy or like I don't feel like doing it, you know. It's not worth it. Like it's not gonna work out, you know. So, but then sometimes I take them and they work out like amazingly, like so much success, you know. So, yeah, that's probably what I've learned. Like just like think twice, 3 times about like whether you shouldn't do something. Like maybe you should try it, you know. I should try more stuff if anything. Like so it's what I wish I would do. Just try more different things.
So take more risks.
Yeah, exactly.
What are the top 3 things in your bucket list right now that you'd say, listen, these I want to do in the next 3-5 years?
Maybe travel more. I don't travel that much. Maybe get a house. You know, stop paying rent would be nice. And find maybe another game that I can like play and have fun playing on the regular. That's not World of Warcraft. That would be really good. Because like right now I'm like always playing the same game. You know, and it does feel a bit exhausting.
Does it take a toll on your body? Like,
I mean, yeah, you're sitting down. I don't have a standing desk, so like you're just constantly sitting down, and sometimes you don't stand up for a few hours. You're like, you know, it's not a physical job, but it's still not good to be sitting down for that long. So yeah.
What's the number one best piece of advice that someone has given you?
I don't know. I can't think of
what's
anything in
advice
particular.
what's advice you would give to someone who's still trying to grind it out or make it or devise a plan on how to execute it? Or
I think try to be consistent, right? Like consistency is important, but also like if it's not working and it hasn't been working for a really long time, like it probably won't work. Like I'm not telling you to give up. I'm just saying like maybe you gotta change what you're doing. You know, like you gotta change how you're doing it, right? Like you can't just expect like, oh, I've been streaming for like 5 years and I've not like grown my channel at all. Like, oh, I'm sure it's gonna happen any day. Like, maybe you gotta change what you're doing with your stream. You know?
This has been a common like topic on consistency.
But yeah, consistency is so important. Like I used to have a really inconsistent schedule, and as soon as I started streaming consistently, I noticed a lot of growth. And because like the way it works with Twitch is like you're watching someone live, so like if they're not always there at the same time, they're gonna watch someone else. I'm just gonna watch this guy. He's always live, you know, at this time, so like I'll watch him. But if you're not consistent, then you might lose a viewer, you know, and then there's a 2 viewers and 3 viewers, and it skyrockets, you know, over time. Like, so definitely as a streamer, consistency is very important. Yeah.
What keeps you motivated to keep going? Because we spoke about this before, and like even for you, you don't have breaks. But what keeps you motivated to keep going, keep streaming, keep?
I mean, you get like a lot of nice comments, like people like, yo, I appreciate the streams, man. Like, you know, I've been through this tough time, and like, you know, thanks to your stream, I was able to get through. Like, you do get these nice messages that are like very motivating. Also, for me, it's like, I don't know how long I'm able to stream for. Like, maybe 10 years from now, I would have been done with it, right? And I would like regret if I didn't grind so much. Does it make sense? Like,
You wouldn't have maximized the opportunity.
yeah, exactly. So like say, you know, like I slacked and I took it easy and like I streamed 4 times a week or 3 times a week. And then like 5 years from now, I end up like doing something else. I'm like, I wish I'd like grinded a bit more. It was so good back then, you know, like, so I'm kind of opportunistic about it. And that's why I put in a lot of hours. So, because I don't know how long it's going to go for, because like it's something that's all about relevance, right? If you stop being relevant, people stop watching you. It's very hard to get it back. It's possible, but it's hard. Because maybe sometimes it's attached to like a game. If the game stops being popular and you try a different game, good luck. You know, it doesn't work like that.
Well, I mean, I think what you did really well is you got a game which is WoW Classic, which...
I mean, it's not that popular, to be fair, compared to other games, but it's a niche.
It hits
So, like,
nostalgia, right?
yeah, nostalgia niche. Like, people that watch it, like, they watch it a lot. Does it make sense?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So the ones who... It's like...
The ones that are there.
The ones that are there to stay. They're
Are
not...
there to stay.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like been playing the game for like 20 years, you know, they're not quitting probably. And some people actually, this is amazing. They watch my stream and they don't play the game.
I was going to ask that question. I was going to ask you, the people who watch your streams, do they play the game as well?
Not all of them, no.
You know, like this is something that I've actually realized myself. So like me, I talk that this. So I used to play a lot. I used to play first-person shooters, always multiplayer, competitively. I used to go to LANs. I don't even know if you know what a LAN is. You know what a LAN is.
Yeah.
You don't know what a LAN is.
I mean...
So a LAN is where...
LAN is when you go in one party.
So
Yeah, you all play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yes,
I don't
yes.
think do they still do those?
Yeah.
They still? Okay.
They're very uncommon, but they happen.
So this used to happen before when internet was a bit more shit than it is now. So you used to get your computer and go to like a big place where you could connect 20 computers together, and you would just use the same network, and you would have much better internet connection. Just play against each other. Like, so I took the decision to stop playing just because, of course, it like takes up so much time, and I wanted to do other things, not into gaming. So like I was a lot into programming and a lot of into that stuff. So I remember I had like developed a game mode for GTA San Andreas and a multiplayer version. So, and I wanted to just program. I didn't want to play. And just now, recently, like maybe the past year, randomly, like I hear a new game coming out, which like would be interesting to me. I would just go to YouTube and watch the gameplay, or I would watch highlights of people playing.
Yeah. And
It's
then
like,
there's the reviews, and if the reviews are bad, it's a bad game. I'm not gonna play it.
and for me, it's not that I'm going to play the game. It's just like it feels nostalgic to watch people play the new version of, I don't know, Call of Duty, for example, or whatever game, or GTA, and without having me to go through the effort to actually reach that level and see what happens, and actually use my own time to play all of the game. So I do find a sense in what when people are watching live streams. I don't watch live streams myself, but I do find myself going to YouTube
Yeah.
to just kind of see that kind of angle of someone who's playing it, and I can just do it whenever I want. Like if I feel like I want to see what this new game is about, I just go type the gameplay and watch someone else play it, and I feel nostalgic about it, you know.
Yeah, I'm just like that's how a lot of people are, I think. But I'm like so opposite. I don't consume a game's content if I stop playing it. Like even if it's like say like I'm playing Dota 2, right? I'm gonna watch Dota 2 streamers. I'm gonna watch Dota 2 YouTube videos. I'm gonna play Dota 2, right? The moment I stop playing Dota 2, I stop watching the streamers. I stop watching the YouTube. I stop consuming all. But not everyone's like this. Like most people, they quit the game, but then they watch people play it.
It's 100% for you. It's 100%.
I'm like this, like 0 to 100, 100, very extreme. But I don't know how to do it other way.
I used to play some games when I was young. The love for games started with this. This is the best thing. The best and the worst thing.
PSP or
the PSP. I had the thicker one.
I was on the old Nintendo.
The Nintendo I don't have. The Game Boy.
The Game Boy. I said the Game
And
Boy.
that's when like I started playing FIFA, and that's when the rage started coming in, and many controllers have been broken. I've smashed many controllers, many chairs and desks, and then I found myself where I couldn't control the rage. It used to give me so much adrenaline, and conceding a 90th minute goal and just smashing the controller was the way to go.
A rage gamer.
I have broken some things while streaming. Yeah, like I've broken a few mouses.
Have you broken any walls?
No walls. I mean, the
walls?
walls are stone. Yeah, like if I hit the wall, my hands are not gonna be happy.
And basically, then I said I enjoy more watching streamers, and then they're better than me. They're getting more kills, and it makes me happy watching them. And like,
Yeah, you cheer on sometimes, or
Exactly.
the other way around. You hope that they lose. You know, if they're doing like
if they're ragers like me, I'd like to see them, get their character out more.
yeah.
But then seeing some crazy clips and no scopes and stuff you can't do is like the beauty of it, no?
Yeah, of course.
Do you know the average age of people that follow you?
No, I don't have that information, but I assume it's like late 20s.
Really?
Because like World of Warcraft is an old game. That's why most people that play it are like late 20s, early 30s.
And how many viewers did you say you had? Like average per stream?
Around 2,000 right now.
That's really good. Like, look how many people are in the community, and it's so niched, but they're still like collectively coming together and watching.
Yeah,
That's
there's still a
crazy.
lot of viewers in the WoW category, but like compared to like Minecraft or Valorant, like it's nothing.
How would you draw your average viewer?
What do you mean? Like how do they look?
Exactly how they look.
I mean, I don't know, like some probably European dude that like graduated a few years ago and is like still in his like early stages of a job, and just like comes home, plays some like World of Warcraft and watches some Twitch. Watches Twitch at work. A lot of my viewers are at work when they're watching my stream.
Really?
Yes.
How do you know? Did they tell you?
Yeah.
They're very open with
What
you, I
kind of-
think.
What kind of jobs do they have, do you think?
I don't know. I mean, it can be anything, right? Like maybe an office job. Maybe some of them are like engineers. Maybe some of them are like just working service. But like I said, most of my I'd say the average viewer I have is older than me. A bit older, like a couple of years, maybe 1 year.
It's really interesting.
Which is very rare because like it depends what games you play. Like some games, like people are like 20, 21, 22. But it's about Twitch. I mean, the audience of Twitch has grown up. It's been around for a while now, right? Like I was watching Twitch when I was 15. Now I'm 26. Right? So like that's how it goes.
And who's your favorite streamer?
Favorite streamer is definitely LMGD. There's a streamer, is very good streamer called LMGD1. He's one of the best WoW players I've ever seen.
And do you only
I've met him in real life. I'm a big fan.
do you only consume Twitch, or do you watch YouTube as well?
I watch YouTube probably more than Twitch right now, because when I go to sleep, like I just watch some YouTube videos, but I also watch Twitch. Yeah,
What kind of content you consume on YouTube?
whatever is recommended, like some either WoW stuff or like some like random information. I like this channel called like Kyrgyz. Like in a nutshell, it's like some word. It's like educational videos.
It's the animated ones.
Yeah,
that people
animated.
can-
Kyrgyzstan. I honestly.
Kyrgyzstan, those are really good videos.
Yeah, I just like like some podcast, Joe Rogan podcast. I mean, it's just random stuff. I don't really have a pick.
I'm so into formative education and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that stuff, and I forget it a few.
Yeah, the same.
But it's still like it puts me to sleep as well.
Yeah. Like if I had the superpower that I'm able to retain all information and just by
Yeah,
watching
the
these
amount of
videos,
random things I've seen, you know.
and the random things that you've learned.
Yeah, like recently I was watching a video that got recommended, which is like, you know, in the Olympics they have these like granite things that like you go with like a broom and you go like this in the front and it moves. Curling. I watched a video of how they make these curling things.
So it's a rabbit hole on everything usually.
Yeah, apparently like these are really expensive and they're only made on like an island next to Iceland, something like that. That's why I watch and random stuff. Yeah.
Is it ideal that I don't mind YouTube having access to all the information I'm doing and consuming, so they give me proper videos, like videos that interest me? What do you think about it?
I mean, it's like cookies, right?
Not exactly.
No.
So, I mean, cookies just helps to track you across different websites to see your browsing habits. But then YouTube have like about me. They have fucking 15 years or how many since YouTube started. 15 years worth of knowledge about me, what videos I was watching when I was younger, videos that basically shaped who I am today. Because like I love educational videos. I used to watch vloggers. I used to watch different lifestyle videos. I used to watch how-tos, like everything. Like just last week I was watching a how-to video because my shower fucked up.
Yeah.
And I had to like put a hose inside the shower drain and fix it out. And like 10 years ago, I would do how to do a toast, ham and cheese toast and whatever. Like, so like they have so much data about me.
There's everything. It's like a information library.
Exactly. And there was this Chrome plugin for Chrome that was using your Facebook data. So it uses the data that you have on your Facebook, and it tries to figure out how old you are. So it doesn't have direct access to your information. You just leave it on for a few days, and based on those few days of using Facebook, it tries to show you that, like, by having only a few days worth of data, I can tell which political side you're on, how old you are, if you're male, female, your orientation, your what you like to do, your hobbies, if you like to read or if you don't like to read. And this is only by a few days worth of data of it collecting information, and it's pretty crazy. So imagine if you have like 15 years, 10, 30, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it also changes a lot, right? Like, say, you know, like you can tell YouTube, like, don't recommend maybe these videos anymore. Like, you right-click the video and say, like, I don't want to see this anymore, this kind of content. Then, like, it will change, right? But still, like, if you've been watching videos for like 15 years, it's so like the web is spread.
I think we can start wrapping up.
For sure.
Do an outro or what?
Exactly. One final message you have for the viewers out there, with anything of yours coming up, any message, any...
Yeah. Stay tuned for some leeching in GDKPs. That's like something...
No idea.
This
what
It's
that
okay.
means.
You are not meant to understand what it is. I will try my best not to leech in Ice Crown Citadel when it comes out, though. So thank you.
Is he speaking English?
That's a wow. That's a wow thingy. You won't understand. But they know. They're gonna laugh that one off. Yeah.
And can you clue us in one more time? Can you give us a live version of the cluing us in?
Oh.
Does he need the song?
Oh wait. No,
Yes,
no.
yes,
I got
yes,
it. Let me remember it for a second.
Should we put a scary?
Dude, I'm actually getting. How do you say? Do you know who I am? That's not the song.
It's the only one we have.
Okay.
available.
Okay.
You want the song? We can pull up the song.
Do you
Who's on
know?
Bluetooth?
Do you know who I am? Let me fucking clue you in, bitch.
We need more energy. We need
No,
more
you want
energy.
more? Alright, do you want to know who I am? Let me fucking clue you in, bitch. I am the fucking world first level 60, the guy that had 350 fucking thousand viewers in this game. See, I can't remember it actually. That's not
you
even
have
close.
to do it. You have to do
I
it.
need to see the
Let's
text.
play it. Let's play it.
See, it's different when you're on the PC.
What,
I actually can't remember properly when I'm on the PC, but right now
So
people wanting me to remember, I can't.
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut out this part that you're gonna say, and we're gonna put it in the beginning of the podcast so people think you're a real fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who the fuck is this guy?
So-
Are you connected to Bluetooth?
No, but he just needs to get the.
Okay. But you can put the song for him as well, no? I can put it close to the
Is
microphone.
it Praise the Lord? The song.
No, like
that's
it's
the
some
song
rap
playing.
song. It's a rap song.
Dun, 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 dun.
Praise the Lord.
Exactly.
That's it. Oh yeah.
What's the name of the song?
So is it Joker explains his ninja? No. Yes. All right.
All right.
Wait, let's play Praise the Lord.
No. Play that again, and then I'll like try to memorize it.
Okay. So this is being cut off.
Is it this song? I'm gonna.
16 fucking classic WoW. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You think I'm a fucking random player? Let me fucking clue you in, bitch. I am the guy who had 350 fucking thousand viewers playing this fucking game. Me, not you. The most views ever on this game. The first guy to hit 16. I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh my god!
I have the song ready for you.
Like the raw version is so toxic.
The raw version is elite.
It's this one. Yeah.
I don't think I can, bro.
No, we need it.
You have to sign off on that.
All right. Who do I think I am? Let me tell you who I am. I am the world first fucking level 60 in classic World of Warcraft. The first guy to hit. No, see, I can't, man. I can't. I keep forgetting.
It's alright. It's alright. Leave it there.
It's hard, yeah.
If you use
It's
the first
not-
part, it's amazing.
It's the stage fright.
Yeah. But then I can do it when I'm streaming, but I can't do it now. But I always forget a part anyway. But you just keep rolling with it, you know.
So, thanks for joining us. That has been another episode on Single Handedly. Nick, we've learned a bit about World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
what it means to be a true gamer at heart. Some poggers in the chat. I don't know
Keg
what that
W's
means.
in the chat, boys.
W's
Keg
only.
Keg W. That's like a funny, like Keg W basically is like any emote. Like you can react to anything with Keg W.
So you can say anything with
Even if something is sad, you can do Keg W.
So, okay. So,
Yeah.
So I'll use it on my Tinder profile.
There's also an emote. If you say okay, it goes like okay.
Okay.
Should we
Thank
sign
you
off like that?
guys. Until next time, over and out.